Shots of ouzo and with that orange bitters.
Oh my God. Now that
Tracy, there's a whole bottle of Patron right there.
I don't use Patron.
For me? You don't want to use Patron for me? I get it. My birthday month is over. Is that what it is? Everywhere we went, it was the continuation of Tracy's birthday. Like we go to my brother's where the fucking pig was $500. 61-pound pig. It's not enough that there's probably spent $1,200 on this fucking get together, right? But then we go to dinner and it's like, no, this one's on us. It's your birthday. What the fuck? Then the first night visited my mom, same thing. Oh, let's go out. I found this place we're going to. It's for Tracy's birthday. It's like, it's not even fucking July anymore. Bretzels too, right, Trace? Yeah.
Well, that when talking to the mic, yeah, people still give a shit about that stuff when they don't live our lifestyle. Birthdays are important. Yeah. That's your day of the year, and they go, crunching numbers or selling shoes or whatever the fuck they do. They know how important it is to them. Yeah. So they think it's that important to you. Let's introduce the podcast. Oh. Hey, we already hit record, but the Chailles are home. Bingo's home. Everyone who left me for our summer vacation. We had a few podcasts in the can before you left, so it's not like people have been. Well, it's not like it's been 2 weeks since someone heard us. But it's been 2 weeks since I've heard you.
I did the last one was the 8-year-old, the third installment of the 8-year-old kid, which was awesome. And then I forgot we had 2 with Chad Shank. And I also realized I'm on vacation. I'd be under the same schedule, just in someone else's house. Yeah. Trying to get other podcasts.
I did try to podcast, by the way. I tried to podcast with Derek, and then I plugged the fucking stupid STD card into the computer and fucking nothing. I still don't know if it didn't record or I couldn't figure out how to get it off, but I was writing well at the time, and the last thing I needed was tech rage smashing my fucking laptop because Dropbox didn't work, or this didn't work, or I didn't work, or whatever didn't fucking work. But it's all right. I rushed that podcast anyway. It's just trying to cram one in, and the stories. It's no good without you, Chailles.
Oh man, listen to this, Tracy. See,
I'm not fucking
go away
good.
For 2 weeks.
I'm not good alone. I really, as much as I fucking just want to get away from people, yeah, give me 24 hours of that, and it's that whole argument against solitary confinement, where you go fucking insane. And I'm talking solitary confinement over at the other house with fucking laying on a couch with a fucking 70-inch TV catching up on my stories. And I'm still I'm just so fractured emotionally anyway, writing this stupid book.
Your solitary confinement includes premium channels on DirecTV, a full refrigerator, someone to come get things for you if you don't fancy leaving the premises. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking rough.
I was smoking in the house, just hoping Bingo would yell at me from afar.
I just want to hear a voice, even if it's yelling.
Yeah. But as soon as someone shows up, I'm like, all right, now I got to get back to work.
Jesus, fuck off. What are they doing here?
Yeah, Jen, I'd invite Jen over, and then she'd be there for an hour, and I was like, all right, I don't know how to say you got to go, but now I'm satiated. I know there's a human being on the other side of the cell door. Between Jen and Derek and I had a couple of nice steaks a couple times. But you, Chaille, Bingo went to, France, Dublin in France for a wedding.
Well, they went to Dublin, I found out when we picked her up after this whole thing was over.
She's really seriously butter cheeks now.
Oh, they found
Hi, I'm Bingo Buttercheeks Bingaman. I'm Cheese Face Bingaman. I ate nothing but moldy cheese for 2 weeks in France, and I came back bloated, pockmarked, and pasty. I got the pasty in Dublin, and I got the cheese face in France.
She was calling me up just wine drunk, just repeating herself about moldy cheese. There's mold all over it. The wedding cake was made out of cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese wheels.
They actually had a cheese wedding cake. That's not as good as Becker, who had a spam monkey for his wedding. So fucking, like a Curious George monkey made out of spam. It was great. Were you at that wedding?
I was at the wedding. I didn't make the ceremony because I got there a little bit late.
Well, if you went to the toilet, you would have missed the ceremony. It was outside in winter in Alaska. It was
cold snap.
Do you? Yes. And then they
fire the flare.
Yep, fired flares into the sky and ran back inside. Everyone else was inside watching through the windows because it was in the backyard.
I did their audio wedding invitations for that.
Oh yeah,
but I don't think if I saw you at that, it was just a hello. It was like 95, 96.
No, it was way later than that. I moved to L.A. in 95, and Becker was living
right.
with me.
Was it 99?
He was with that other fucking weird girl.
Crystal,
yeah.
It was 99 then, when I was back at, yeah. Oh,
so
wow.
you guys went to, you and Tracy went to Seattle for that pig roast you were talking about.
And then we went to Orange County, California to visit my mom, and then the Bretchels. Rounded out with just about every night seeing comedy.
The Hennigan texted me because the Bretchels live downstairs from him now.
Same apartment building.
Yeah. And he texted something to the effect of, "Oh, the wet, hot American summer continues downstairs." Woo! Hennigan's coming to town. Him and Chad Shank Chad Shank is always with an asterisk. If his mind is suited for it, will be on the next podcast, hopefully. So yeah, you saw them.
Yeah, it was great.
Saw Walsh.
Saw Brendan Walsh, the drinking Walsh. He was out for one night. It's fantastic.
Party starter Walsh.
Oh my God!
What happened?
We were at the Hard Rock in. This was what night was that? Saturday night, Tracy? Friday night? It was a weekend night. It was fucking just packed on.
Where is the Hard Rock?
It's on. Is it on Sunset? Hollywood Boulevard.
All right.
So it's packed with all the street fucks that are selling shit, and everything's all piled up. So everyone's condensed on the sidewalk area, and everyone's looking. And we go in there, and there's nobody in the Hard Rock. And it opens up to this it used to be a department store, I think. The Virgin Megastore or something. So it opens up and then it goes down and that's like the dining area. So it's down like about 8 feet, 10 feet down. But the bar we're at is on the street level and that swings off just a little slope, little sweep to the left there. And it's a little horseshoe bar. Yep. So it goes around. So we're in the back and then Mitchell's working there. So we're drinking with her. And then, I think it was 3 Jamesons in and then it was last call. And the next thing I knew, Walsh was up on a table that was level with the 8-foot drop off to the dining room below. And he was in a scene of someone needs to save him. And he was reaching out to his gal, saying, "Save me." And I go, "I'll save you." And I'm holding his hand and he's slipping. And I'm thinking, he's really fucking slipping. He's going over this glass, like edge to like an 8-foot drop. And at one point I go, "I can't hold him any longer," thinking, no, he fucking went right to the ground. And I rushed.
You only let him go so you could start filming.
I rushed to the edge and I looked down and I see him laying there like one of those chalk outlines, like one arm up, one arm down.
Cartoon.
Yeah. And he's laying there. He's just not moving. And I'm like, oh, this is Hennigan, because he's got the camera. Oh, get some pictures. And right then I see a guy from the kitchen running over. This is one of their late night guys. And then the picture is Brendan still laying there with the chalk outline type. And this guy with arm crossed, pinch face. We've had enough of this. Kind of that whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they still didn't kick us out. Like I said, it was dead.
Empty on a
Friday
weekend.
night. Yeah. But
hey, maybe someone will talk about us on a podcast. It'll be a free plug. Let him jump.
I came over here to take the picture so y'all can get in it. Yeah, it was fun. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know. I forget. The last few times I've been through LA, it's a fucking whirlwind, and
Yeah.
seeing people I go, do I know you, or do you just look? Did I just see you on Last Comic Standing, or are we friends for the last 10 years? I don't know anymore. It's terrifying. And I always end up seeing everyone but my friends. Last time, I did a fucking crazy flight. Oh no, that was the other flight. That was with Sydney, my niece, when we went to Australia.
We covered that.
Yeah, we were. Did I say when we're driving back to the airport, we're going to LAX, and we're on some weird streets.
Wait, before Australia?
South of West Hollywood, like whatever that area is. And we're stopped at a stoplight in an Uber, and we see Henry Phillips and some dude just strolling down the street. Like, Henry! He's like, hey. You can't say, hey, stop. He's on the other side of the street. It's LA traffic. So he's just like, what the fuck? So why didn't you call me? Well, I was only in town for a second.
We saw him also, a comedy show that Brett Erickson, our friend Brett Erickson, did at the Bigfoot Lodge. And Henry's...
Oh, wow. That place was one of the last holdouts when they passed the no smoking law. And there's those rebel bars that went, fuck you, you can find me all day and night. My people are smoking.
We'll pay the ticket every day.
Yeah. And that lasts till they get a ticket or two. And then they go,
it's a great bar. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that, every bar's got a fucking open mic. And, we went in there and, Deborah was actually doing a set too.
Deborah.
His girlfriend.
Oh, okay. I haven't met her yet.
You know, with the bangs.
Oh, okay. Have I met her?
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't know.
You made her cry.
How'd I make her cry?
You made fun of her hair.
When was this?
When she had bangs.
How long have they been together?
I don't know.
I made her cry.
Don't worry, your name didn't come up.
What, when we were in LA?
She was sobbing in Bingo's arms.
Where?
Bingo, I think you need to get up here.
I don't remember much.
It was in LA.
Yeah, oh yeah.
At a bar.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Henry's comment.
Get on the mic if you want to talk.
But Henry's comment was, well, you can't be a girlfriend of mine unless Stanhope makes you cry. Something to that effect. That was great seeing him.
It was at the Bretchels? I don't even. Yeah, I get some. Yeah, I get some memories of. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's stuff you want to black out, and that was just collateral damage. I was trying to black out other things. So sorry, Deborah.
I don't think she cares anymore.
All right, good.
I think you were just kidding, but she took it seriously.
Well, maybe I wasn't.
I know this story at least
I don't
two
remember.
other people in this room, and none of them are coming up to the mic, so.
All right. Well, I don't, I don't, I've never had an issue with bangs.
No.
Where I go, oh, I fucking hate bangs, and don't get me drinking around them. The truth is gonna come out like a freight train. Soon as you guys left, like, all right, I'm all settled in. I get the fridge stocked.
You moved over, right? To the main house.
No, I was
you're
over
still at the writing room.
Yeah, I had that place all stocked up, and then I don't know when I started looking at crazy flights, and I can literally spend hours just on Delta.com. It's not a plug, but it is, because I love Delta. Whitney Houston. Whitney Cummings was tweeting last night about Delta. Every time I fly your airline, paparazzi is there when I land, and you're telling them, and then one of my fans goes, Diamond Elite Million Miler Doug Stanhope never has issues when he flies Delta. And then she wrote something else at Delta. Doesn't seem to be a problem for Diamond Elite member Doug Stanhope. That was very funny. Whoever wrote that to Whitney Cummings, not Whitney Houston. Sorry. Anyway, so I'm looking at crazy flights. Like, where can I go, like, without stopping? And I found a good deal to go to Japan through Salt Lake, Portland to Narita in Japan, then to, without leaving the airport, to Honolulu.
On the island of Oahu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a couple islands.
I said Honolulu.
Yeah. That's a city.
Yeah. Well, that's where you go. And I had a 12-hour layover from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So I got this is the best, bar, the only bar we ever found in Honolulu. Cause I've gone there at least 4 times on crazy flights. I've gone Tucson to Boston to Honolulu.
Cause that's how you rack up, you accrue those miles. Which is what you're just trying to kill time and
this time I just wanted to fucking leave. Yeah. You guys weren't gone. I don't think you were gone 2 days before I fucking went a little psycho and went, I need to be on a fucking plane. One day? Was it one day?
We were
Kenny and Derek and Bingo and Tracy are here in the room, but they don't need to or want to be on mic.
You called me. I remember this now. We had landed in Seattle. So we left Wednesday morning. Wednesday night, you were already,
you know what? Actually,
traveling to Tucson.
Now that you mention it, I started looking at crazy flights, knowing you're leaving, and I go, I could drive up with them, or I don't know but I found one after you left because I already found some leads.
Yeah.
And Japan, I'm like, all right, I'll go to Japan. I'll have sushi in the airport and get the fuck out.
Which that came up.
It didn't work. I actually had sushi at our favorite place in Sierra Vista. And I got the spicy girl, something that you fucking don't want to order alone without a girl. Cause like 12 pieces of sushi. It's like, spicy tuna and it's wrapped what is that? It's not, seaweed.
It's a rice paper.
Yeah.
And it's pink.
Yeah. It's pink rice paper wrapping. I thought it was like almost cucumber or something, whatever it is. And it's got like spicy mayonnaise on it. So they can sell it in a town like Sierra Vista. And people will eat it because it's all sloppy with fucking mayonnaise. But it's like 12 pieces, and I top out at 4 maximum. So I have 8 pieces. Usually Chaille's here, and Chaille and Tracy Chaille will eat anything you leave over. He won't leave anything behind. Derek's the same way. I took Derek to sushi because I knew he wouldn't talk to me. And I knew he'd finish my fucking spicy girl.
Derek, roll. That's not my plate. Our table's over here.
So I actually stopped there on the way to Japan to get sushi I actually like. And then I didn't want to, cause I know the sushi guys there. They know us.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't want to be rude cause there's no Chaille to eat the other 8 pieces of fucking sushi. So I asked for it to go cause I don't want to be rude to that sushi chef cause he knows me. And then I thought, hey, why don't I just hold on to this to go and bring it to Japan, order sushi in Japan at the airport, and then leave the spicy girl roll
on the table
on my plate. Fuck, that guy's never going to see me again. And that seemed like a funny idea. So I flew to Japan for sushi, and Narita Airport, they don't have I couldn't find a bar, much less sushi or a restaurant. I don't know what time it was, but it was a normal time. Whatever, when you fly that way.
I have no idea.
It might be a different day. I don't know. I'm only there for 5 hours and then I get on a plane to Honolulu. But I walked out and I'm doing the drinky motion. I'm fucked up. I've just come off not only the 2 domestic flights to Salt Lake and then to Portland, and then a 2-hour wait to fly 10.5 hours to Japan. Needless to say, I'm fucked up. I'm not obnoxiously drunk, fucked up, because I take a lot of sleepers. So that 10-hour flight, I was awake for maybe
kind of like Twilight. Kind of
maybe 90 minutes. I was alert and awake. I remember I woke up after that 10.5-hour flight, maybe 8 hours into it, and I look at the guy next to me, and he's finishing a drink, and I go, I gotta get a drink. So I go, what are you drinking? And he said, rum and Coke or whatever. And so I go to the back of the plane, and I say, hey, can I get a vodka soda and a rum and Coke? And I brought it back to him, and then they realized, and I realized, that guy is absolutely shit-faced. I felt so fucking good about myself. And the lady came up to me and she whispered that please don't give him any more drinks. He's already been shut off.
The captain has cut him off.
Yeah, he's sorry. I didn't know. I just woke up. I'm glad someone's more fucked up than me.
We're about to lock him in the toilet. We can't do this.
So I get off in at Narita,
which is not a big town. It's outside of Tokyo.
Well, I didn't leave the airport. The point is, and I had read on some like trip advisory fucking thing, just trying to figure out Narita, mostly to see if they have a smoking area. And
Japan,
and someone said that once you're in the terminal, once you're past security, your dining options are limited. And I don't know if they meant past security leaving or past security coming in.
Yeah.
So I walked around and I didn't see anything like a bar or a restaurant at all.
There's your answer.
And so I went up to one of the gates and I just did the drinky hand motion. And they go, because I said bar. Is there a bar
John
or a restaurant?
Wayne, Levi's. I don't know.
So once I do the drinky hand bottle motion, they go, and they fucking walk me over and point me to duty free. Like, no, I want it now. And then I'm trying to do like a sit and drink, like, and I'm like, fuck it, because they get the Sky Club there. So I went into the Sky Club and they did have sushi, just like one kind of roll.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not eating shit that's been sitting out.
Why doesn't duty free have a bar inside there?
I have no idea. Well, because you can't drink duty free till you get to the place you're going.
I mean, what kind of way? Like
you can open it on the plane.
Fucking A.
I'm sure a lot of people, someone just get busted for doing that. Some female star.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't we talk about that?
Well, I was surprised that you're not really supposed to bring liquor on the plane, but they let you bring it through security. Like, I always thought, like, if I bring
capped bottle.
If I bring my airline bottle on the plane, I could serve myself a drink. No, you can't do that.
No, that's not. You have to be sneaky about pouring it.
I never was sneaky about it. I thought it was just like, I brought it. I'm in my space. I bought this seat. I can pour a drink. I can do whatever I want in my space.
Russ Dunn, when we told him, cause he was a wicked booze bag. Yeah. He was a friend of ours from here till he died, and then we were no longer friends with him.
Turns out he doesn't come around much anymore.
Yeah, he was, cause we told him, cause he was panicked. He's always broke and he's panicked about drinking on the plane. And we tell him this is how you do it. You bring your empty travel mug and then you buy a Coke when you get there and you have your 10 bottles of rum. He was a rum and Coke guy. Bacardi and Coke. We tried to fucking stiff him once cause he worked on the fence here. And bingo, the fucking slave driver she is, when you work around here, she just walks out at fucking 9 a.m. and says, "You want cocktails?" Gets all the fucking crew drunk, and you wonder why it takes 8 months to build a fucking fence.
How come the ditch witch is in the neighbor's property on the roof?
So, she set precedent. Cause that whole construction project started without my knowledge.
You were on tour.
Yeah, I was on a 5-week European tour and surprise.
I imagine Bingo with a hard hat and like a bunch of blueprints. She answers the phone. No, we're doing it. We're underway. We broke ground yesterday.
You hang up first. No, you hang up first. So she'd set precedent. So he's just drinking rum and cokes the whole time. You would watch him like he'd be fucking shoveling rock and shit out in the yard when they're grading the yard. And he'd be kind of working at 11 in the morning. And by 3:30 in the afternoon, you look out the window and he's wailing Pete Townsend circles to the fucking music playing. He's air guitaring on the shovel and fucking giant, like whole jumping jack flash, jumping up with the splits.
The windmill.
Yeah. Shawnee had to fire him, and it takes a lot to get fired by Shawnee, and he goes, "I can't believe you didn't do this a long time ago." So we told him about when he was flying back to New York for something, and we told him about you bring your mini bottles. So he's just orders a Coke from the stewardess and pulls out his mini bottles and starts pouring his own drinks. And they're like, "You can't do that."
like exaggerate, like holds it like 8 inches above.
Yeah, and repeatedly.
A shaker.
Because we never told him, well, you're supposed to be like a little hush-hush.
It's a clandestine move. You're not supposed to be out there with it.
I always tell people, when I know I'm playing a place where the drinks are fucking overpriced, or if you're broke, smuggle your shit in, but just be stealth about it.
This is the number one thing. Don't fucking leave your empties. Number one, recycle. Number two, that's the biggest tip-off. There's a bunch of dwarves fucking whiskey on the fucking, like, in front of the stage. Guess what? The band didn't bring airline liquor in here.
I remember playing the Loonies in Colorado Springs, this strip mall comedy club, nice people, and someone fucking came in and was sitting there. I was watching it as I'm doing my act, cause you know, when you've done bits long enough, you can just sit there and you're not even aware your mouth is moving. You're just on autopilot surveying the situation. And I saw the waitress come up front row center, 2 rows back, not front row, second row-ish, where you can see, and the guy's got a fucking, like a Keystone 16 ouncer. And they're taking it away from him, and you can see him causing a kerfuffle. Like, if you're gonna smuggle a fucking beer in, smuggle a beer that they actually sell anywhere in a bar. You fucking, bring in a fucking case of Meisterbrow in the case. No, I've ordered this from the bar. I just brought it into the showroom.
Is there a problem?
So they threw him out, and I took his beer and drank it for the rest of my show.
We were underage in Southern California. It's like we were like 18, 19. And when I was in high school, we went to this place called Carter Bowl. I had bowling for PE. So it was a place I was comfortable with. And then on a Wednesday, Thursday night, not a weekend night, we figured, hey, let's go down to Carter Bowl. We'll sneak in some beers, bowl a couple frames. And then when she comes up, she'll see we have beers and she'll get us another round. So we're throwing some fucking heat. We're having fun. We're drinking our beers that we smuggled in, right? And she comes up and goes, "You guys gotta leave." We're like, no, we'll have another round. She's all like, "We only served long necks here. We had fucking those short stubbies Coors that have never entered a fucking." Oh man!
Did you buy them at a vintage shop?
No, well, we were underage. We had to buy them somewhere. It was a shoulder tap deal. Yeah. When you're pimping beer, you don't go, "Make sure they're long necks, sir. We have another scam on the horizon." The best would have been to grab empties out of the fucking trash. Right. Now I think of it, I'm 50 almost.
I was going through all this shit, the old boxes of stuff.
Researching the book over
yeah. There's so many where I just thought I was really fucking smart and failed miserably as a kid, just over and over again. But now it's different. Now I've got a handle on things.
You're dotting the I's, crossing the T's.
I was really dumb for a long time.
But you could be dumb when there weren't cameras every fucking where. No one had a phone that also took video. There was no way you could make more mistakes, is what I'm trying to say.
No. There was a lot of places where you couldn't possibly get away with that now. But, let's make a drink, cause I gotta get to Honolulu, which is the fun part. All right. Please hold. So, Ggreg Chaille, what's going on with these new website merchandise specials? Is it Black Friday?
You might as well call it that, because we've got black and oatmeal podcast t-shirts in a special right now with a signed DVD. Deadbeat Hero.
That's gonna cost hundreds.
Wait, there's more. We're throwing in 2 stickers. A podcast sticker and a Killer Termite sticker.
The $1,000 stickers?
Yes.
How much are you giving this away for?
Are you kidding me? Price so low you won't even believe it.
Every time I go to Pinos Altos to have a nice vacation, Chaille's giving away the store. Hey, Ggreg Chaille, you know what? It's weird that we can't get my fucking dates or my podcast up on the website, but somehow you're figuring out how to get merchandise specials. That makes me a little tentative about your whole angle, plus my smashed bumper. I think you're out to get me. So go to the website and check out these sales, and if you're screwing me, Ggreg Chaille, I'll get you back!
You'll be the last to know! Alien Nation was
it was a movie before it was a No, you're talking about the 2 aliens caught on a fucking planet.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
Yeah,
Lou Gossett Jr., yeah.
Yeah. They're talking to a mic, or don't just get up here and talk.
We're going to get her a lavalier mic so she can still sit there.
What was that called?
I didn't know.
Enemy Mine.
Enemy Mine was Lou Gossett Jr., but
Lou Gossett Jr. and who?
Randy Quaid?
Randy Quaid.
Wow.
No.
The other one was Alien Nation.
No, not Randy Quaid.
All right, he's in a space movie, so I can picture
He's
him
in
on a moon.
like when
Starman.
they shrunk him down,
I don't know.
like Inner Space, like the Disney
With Martin
thing.
Short?
Okay.
No,
With Martin Short. All right, all right.
That was Alien Nation.
We were just watching a commercial for the Black Mass.
not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. With Johnny Depp, and just seeing the trailer, Johnny Depp looks like the aliens from Alien Nation with the fake age spots painted on his face. I hope I can get past that. Hey, we're sponsored, this podcast by things that kept me sane while all my friends ditched me and all went to vacation land. Last night we watched, the Tig Notaro. I did a Netflix binge. I'm off the book for a couple days. I finished the second draft, sent it into the publisher, still haven't got any notes from either draft. Like, come on, I fucking need notes. I need story points. Does this seem off topic? I can't read when I read a book, and I've read like 7 just since I usually, maybe 2 a year I generally read.
Oh, I thought that was in your life.
No, it's 7 just writing this book where all right, I don't want to be stuck to TV, but reading, yeah, that's it influential and inspiring, either good or bad. But we watched, I did go off onto a Netflix binge last night. An Honest Liar is James Randi. He's the amazing.
Oh yeah, the amazing Randy.
Yeah, and his debunking of all these guys you forgot during the 70s, 80s, big telekinesis thing.
He's doing a lot of Carson.
Uri Geller. Yeah, he did Carson.
Yeah.
It's fucking fantastic. I can't recommend that enough. And then I watched Tig, is a documentary. I thought it was her new I think she has a new special like on HBO.
It's Boy Girl Interrupted. I think,
all right, so
HBO?
that's the HBO one. That's her stand-up. And I'm like, I click on Tig thinking it's that. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do an hour and 31 minutes of stand-up. This is like 2 a.m. and I'm sober somehow. I haven't started drinking. And Bingo and I watched it. It's a documentary about, her from the breast cancer,
when she
her
did that live, yeah.
Yeah, and then to a year later when she made her triumphant return. It's fucking great. I love that girl so much. We worked together years ago. I don't know where. We've traded a couple emails, but I don't really know her.
And it's called what?
Tig.
Just
It's
Tig.
on Netflix.
All right.
Yeah, it's fucking great. It's really, wicked crush on her. And Bingo's, she's beautiful. Do you know her? I go, yeah. Well, I mean, comics all know each other, kinda. So it's just, we're not like best friends or anything. We don't call. Do you have her number? Can we call her?
Can we call her?
Maybe she'd like to share
Tell
some
her how
butter
much I
secrets.
like her. I want to meet her someday.
I don't have her number. But I do have her email, so all right, I'll email her. As soon as it's done. And I go, yeah, you'll forget. Okay, as soon as it's done. And as soon as email her, tell her how much I love her and I want to meet her. So I emailed her. and told her how much Bingo loved her. And so watch, the Tig documentary. That kept me, while she was back. That didn't keep me saying, you know what, fucking, you have, listen to, Jay Oakerson, Big Jay Oakerson, everyone? Yes? I assume anyone who knows me knows Big Jay Oakerson, has a podcast with, Dan Soder. He's another guy. Dan Soder, I don't know if I just know him from being funny and I've seen him or if I actually know him as a person. Which is, like, again, terrifying.
Yeah.
That's why I don't go out in fucking LA and New York. I'm constantly terrified that after 25 years of being a drunk comic that I'm going to say, hey, it's great to see you. Dan Soder might not even know who I am. And I just go, I think I know this guy.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah. I know
I've never met you before.
Yeah. No, you saw him on Conan. He's not your friend. but he's fucking funny. They're doing a podcast together. It's called The Bonfire. It's on Comedy Central Radio. So yeah, check out The Bonfire. Absolutely fucking must listen to. Fucking Oakerson, I swear I worked with at Caroline's once. And it's so many years ago.
He's a New York comic, so
yeah.
You would.
He's in the Attell stable.
Yes.
I hope that is not offensive. But I knew him through Attell, I think. But he's fucking funny, and they're doing a podcast. It's on. I
just looked it up. It's Mondays and Wednesdays. They do it live, 6 p.m. Eastern. And it's on SiriusXM 95. And you can also get access through the SoundCloud page.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Which is also where you can get our podcast.
All right. Yeah. Someone sent me a link. So if you want me to send you a link, please email me. I know you will. Hey, how do I find that again? I don't know. Someone sent me a fucking link. And I'm like, oh, fuck, yeah. So yeah, everyone has a podcast, and that one's worth it. So yeah, Monday and Wednesday. The Bonfire, they have a fucking name for theirs, and we're supposed to have a name by the 100th episode. A title for this podcast. I don't think I'm gonna. I think I might take out podcast and call it the Doug Stanhope Show. That way, young goober comics can say, they can put it on their resume, and it sounds better than podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone does have a podcast, but if you say it's the show, Doug Stanhope Show.
So then we'll get guests?
The Doug Stanhope Experience. I wonder if Joe Rogan would give me shit for that. I wonder if Rogan would even ever notice that I called it the Doug Stanhope Experience.
At one point, you wanted to change the name like every time you did it, which doesn't scale very
I think we
well.
actually put one out early on called What the Heck.
What the heck? The Mark Maron takeoff. Yeah.
Act like I didn't know what the fuck even existed. What the heck? What the heck, Stibbles? All right, this just in. Derek just lumbered over to me with his 1,000-yard pedophile leer and said, "Why didn't you ask Brian the Japanese word for bar?" Oh, when I was in Japan. Thank you, fucking 20 minutes late.
It took him that long to get over here to the mic.
I realized there's a bar I can drink for free. I'm already way too fucked up and need a nap, so I just sat in the Sky Club. You can pour your own drinks. It's like this. It's just like this. It's like the Funhouse, the fucking Sky Club. You just sit there, you pour your own drinks, you take a little nap in a fucking reclining chair, and that's what you do. So I did that. And then, thank you. You know what? This actually segues me back to Honolulu. Then I have a fucking 7.5-hour flight to Honolulu from Narita.
5 hours in Narita, 7.5-hour flight.
10.5-hour flight from Portland to Narita.
You have a layover there.
Yeah, like 5 hours of half comatose in a Sky Club.
A Sky Club.
And then 7.5 hours where I sat in my seat. I had a fucking aisle seat in that middle row.
This was a bigger plane, so there's like seats on left and right.
Yeah, like 3, 4, 3. And I'm sitting there. I already have my eye mask on. I'm waiting. I was still on the tarmac, and the fucking flight attendant taps me and says, "They've changed your seat."
What?
And I get up and I start walking towards the back of the plane. I'm somewhat disoriented.
Sure.
She goes, "No, sir." And it's one with the upstairs.
Ooh.
Cause they don't bump you up international ever, really. Brian's had it happen randomly, but they fucking sent me to the upstairs, fully reclined seat with a menu. And I'm just out of, and I remember walking up the stairs on the airplane, looking at that woman who bumped me up. She's watching me to see if I'm going to be able to make it up okay.
Up the stairs? Would you like to take our escalator?
I remember looking at her going, "I love you. I love you." And I had the flight attendant upstairs when they brought me my pre-takeoff cocktail take a picture of me with my reading glasses on over my eye mask. Sure. And tweeted that out and went to bed. And 7.5 hours later, I wake up going, "Can I just stay? Just a little bit longer. Just want to lay here." But in Honolulu, and bingo, this is one thing.
Wait, hold on a second. How did that happen?
I have no idea.
Did they have an open seat and they said, "Oh, we have a diamond medallion member,
million miler"? Yeah. I don't know.
No, I want that to be the reason. I want someone to be so aware of the million milers.
I have no idea. It's a million milers. That's the bottom rung.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like 12 million milers.
Not in my world.
Well, fucking George Clooney and Up in the Air. He was like a 10 million miler he wanted to get to before he can meet the captain. I don't know what happens. Either way, maybe it's because I tweet fucking, Delta.
I wish we knew.
Delta that. But, either way, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So I get I land in Honolulu. It's 9 in the morning to 9 at night. I have 12 hours. And Bingo and I found that one cool tiki bar, Arnold's Tiki Bar. It's so fucking hard to find. And don't, because
you're not allowed.
I think I remember the address. It's like 322 Saratoga. I know this because I tweeted from Japan, I think, or Portland. I tweeted at some point that was like 22 hours of flying to get there. And I tweeted at Roseanne because I know she lives in Hawaii, but she's on the Big Island. But on the off chance that you're in Honolulu, I get a 12-hour layover. I'll be drinking at Arnold's Tiki Bar. And she tweeted, "I'm in Waikiki. Just had a kid." Or she just had a grandkid that she'd been taking care of. So she's stuck in Waikiki, 10 minutes away from Arnold's Tiki Bar.
Which is 339 Saratoga Road.
All right, so I was close. 233. You know what? What'd you say? It's 329?
339.
339. If you were at 338, you could get lost trying to find the fucking place. And Roseanne's not. She's got bingo skills when it comes to getting out of the fucking house and finding her way around. So I get to right in front of. Thank you. Right in front of Arnold's. Arnold's is like in a back alley, and it's open air. The bar's underneath, but there's no doors unless it's closed. Then they have doors that pull out. So I go to this fucking egg place. It's like the Egg and I, or Existentialism, or one of those kooky names. Yeah. And every time we've been to Arnold's Tiki Bar, there's a fucking line. People just sitting out on the sidewalk in chairs waiting to get into this egg place. I don't know what you can do that, but I'm alone. So I got lucky. So I can get one alone stool overlooking the back alley, looking at Arnold's Tiki Bar. And, I remember when I lived in Idaho, I lived in Idaho up in the sticks. It was Crouch, Idaho, when I was 22, I think. No, I just turned 22. It's a long story. It's in the book. But I would drive. Jesus, shut the fuck up. There was one bar, the Dirty Shame in Crouch, Idaho, population 400, up in the mountains about an hour north of Boise. And the Dirty Shame, Jolene was the bartender, and they opened, it's like even a rougher version of Bisbee in that the bar opens around 12. And if it's 12:30, fuck you. And if I'm there early because I got to do inventory, well, you're welcome. So I would just drive my car back and forth, waiting for Jolene to show up in front of that bar. And that's how I felt sitting, staring at Arnold's with the doors shut. It's like 10 to 10 and they open at 10 and I'm sitting there. I order my one egg and one piece of toast just to have a base of something I ate, waiting for, and then I see the girl start to open up the bar. She's going to drag out all the patio chairs for the outdoor part. And I just paid my tab quick and I ran down. I'm still wearing I wear my ridiculous suit. Someone tweeted me that because I was tweeting pictures of myself. And they go, "Wow, you wear your stage clothes on the plane?" And I went, "No, I wear my airplane clothes on the stage." So I got this fucking bright red jacket and my plaid pants and my dumb shirt with my Delta tie tack. Always will fucking be branding when you want to get upstairs. Surprise. And, So I just walk down there and I just start grabbing chairs and tables. I didn't even say anything to her. I just start putting out her furniture.
You're humping gear.
Yeah.
For the day shift.
In my fucking completely stupid suit in 90 degrees in the summer. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell Bingo. This is the greatest part because we've been to Arnold's to do Honolulu. There is a kind of a dumpy hotel right behind Arnold's. Like if you could bust through the wall, you'd be there. You have to walk around the block. It's like it used to be getting down to Black Knob.
Do you remember anything about the name?
Yeah, something, a parrot or parakeet or you just fucking search what's near. It's right beside the fucking place. And I get it for $87. I'm only going to be there for 12 hours, but I don't want to wear this whole suit the whole day. So I brought shorts. So I changed into shorts, talking to Roseanne the whole time. Texting her, what's the full name? I Googled it. It's the fucking first thing that comes up.
You type in Arnold's TI and it comes up.
I can't find it. Where's my shoes? I fucking love her so much. She finally gets there. The bartender, Dawn is her name at Arnold's Tiki Bar. Absolutely fall in love with the second you get your chores done and put out the patio furniture. She doesn't ask any questions. She's like, oh, thanks. Put out all the patio furniture so I could get my first drink. And Dawn fall in love with immediately. She was like the bartender where Isla Morita, where the fuck did we go in Mexico in March?
Yeah.
That island. Gretchen's
Isla
Island. Remember
Mojeda.
that bartender, Bingo?
Yeah.
That little tiny, like 12-seat bar? Yeah. Yeah, she was like that, like the fucking best bartender. I love you. Roseanne finally shows up with all my shoes and my glasses. And so by 11 o'clock, we're drunk. We're dancing to fucking
11
James
a.m.
Brown.
11 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might have been 11:30. I don't know.
I'm just saying, it's like you guys, you've got 12 hours to leave the airport and get back to your plane. So you guys basically condensed like an afternoon into a couple hours and you're wasted by 11 a.m.
Roseanne gets drunk very quickly. Yeah. I love James Brown and let's dance. We have the bar. It's our own bar. It's me and her and Dawn. And I think there was one other guy there because there was someone else dancing. I'm flapper girl dancing in my weird suit. And, until it quickly gets to the point where Roseanne's got to fucking have breakfast. You can't put drinks on that empty stomach or it's going to go poorly. So we just wander off. I changed in the hotel, got my shorts and we went to another bar. I remember I was smoking, even though it was outdoors, Honolulu.
You're in the tourist district. You're just off of Kalakaua, which is the main drag before you can have to, because it's a one-way street. Everything is right there.
And it's all these giant, it's like being on the strip in Vegas without the casinos or the neon.
Yeah.
It's just towering hotel buildings. It's just all clutter. It looks like Tokyo, if you've ever seen a picture of Tokyo, where it's just these monoliths. And we found some patio bar of a hotel or something, but then there was no one there, so we're smoking cigarettes and drunk and ate enough to continue, walk it off, and then we decide to walk the beach. And I'm a guy, you know how I travel. I'll sit right at the beach and drink there going, wow, too bad I never got in that fucking thing. But I'm like, we got to get in the fucking ocean. Sure. I'm not flying all the way here and That's
the most beautiful beach you were at.
Absolutely. But it's stunning. Packed. It's really right around that whole tourist section. It's like literally shoulder to shoulder people in their lounge chairs.
Well, it's all hotel owned, like all that property, and you got dukes
or timeshare owned.
Exactly.
You don't know what those fucking buildings are. They're just giant 80-story buildings and then a beach. And she's like, well, who's gonna watch her stuff? I'm like, just pick a Japanyard. They're honest people. Just any of these Japanese. Now.
Well, they don't want your shit anyway. It's it's the locals that they're gonna rip you off if anyone.
So we're going in between chairs, lounge chairs, like profiling people 5 feet from their face. Like,
are you honest?
Yeah. I'm like, how about this? Come on. They're fine. They have kids. What are they going to run off with?
Do you have better stuff than
us? Well, finally, there's some buff guy and his girlfriend. He's all oiled up and he's reading some kind of book. She goes, what's he reading? And there was something biblical in the name. I don't remember. It wasn't, I don't think it was a Jesus book, like,
self-help.
Yeah, I think it had to do with Christianity, but not necessarily promoting it. But just because it had something biblical in it, she goes, okay, him. And then we just stripped down to our fucking underwear and jumped in the ocean, and I've never had a better time swimming in the ocean. Roseanne is fucking gorgeous. I find her to be one of the most beautiful women ever. And we just swimming around, shit-faced in the fucking ocean. And I don't know how long we're out there. But then we get another drink, and then I gotta go. She's gotta go. I gotta get back. We're wrecked. And I get her into a cab. And then I have to piss really bad. And I'm walking, and it's just like the strip in Vegas. You can be right in front of Caesar's Palace, but if you have to piss like desperately, being right in front of Caesar's Palace is a long fucking way from Caesar's Palace. So I'm like walking, and it's all these giant, huge skyscraper buildings. So I just ran into the first one. It's got to have and I see no public restrooms, giant on the automatic sliding glass door. And I'm like, bullshit. And I walked in, I go, do you guys have a bar? And they go, no, but it's Friday. So we have, at 5:00, we have a guy, and there's cake, and
they're running down to
he doesn't finish the sentence, and I walk out and I realize there's like nothing I can see that's like a public place, but it's the city and it's broad daylight, and I start to piss my pants. And so I can't, this is a main street of Honolulu.
It is the tourist
and I'm already starting to spray piss. And I can't walk up to like pretend I'm making love to a trash can or whatever. I don't know. So I just went towards the beach around what I thought was a hotel. It was probably timeshare, I'm guessing. And as it says smoking area this way, and it's a long way back. So on the sidewalk around the building, I'm trying to yank my dick out of my shorts.
Like pull the shorts up.
I'm trying to pull, and they're shorts like this.
You need to clear the edge of the shorts, the shorts,
but they're too tight, and I'm trying to get my dick out to piss while I walk. So I'm squirting mostly in my pants, and then a little bit when I get the leg up high enough, I would squirt against the wall or on my sock, and I'm like doing this hitch step, just trying to piss on the fucking left leg up, piss and piss. So I'm pissing all over, mostly on myself, a little bit on the wall, a little bit on my fucking shoe. As I get to right when I turn, there's another like corner, and then I see the smoking area and someone's at it. But I've pissed enough now that I lowered the tank enough to get me to an actual men's room. So I turn around to walk back, and there was a guy behind me the entire time. Just like looked like some retired Marine colonel in his fucking Hunter S. Thompson outfit. And he's standing there with a lighter and an unlit cigarette. He's going to the smoking area.
Sure.
He turns to me. When I turn around, he just looks at me with his hands raised up going, "What the fuck was that?" And I didn't even bother trying to explain. I just walked past like I'm some fucking junkie.
You could have done your cerebral palsy, I get to go on the airplane first move. I know, Monday morning quarterback. Yeah. Sorry, but...
So I just went back to Arnold's Tiki Bar, still fucking pissed all over myself. Yeah. I didn't care.
No, they don't either.
And I hung out with Dawn. By then she had a crowd and had cocktails. And then I went upstairs to my Flophouse motel and changed out of my pee pants. Left my pee underwear and my pee pants there. Put it back, my silly suit back on. Back on the plane, back home. Waiting for my friends to come home.
That's fucking awesome. I lived down there for about 6 months. When I was
right in that.
There was, well, you probably don't, because unless it was close to where you're pissing on the street. There's a Duke statue, Duke Kamanamoku. What? Anyone know the name? Anyone? No one here cares. But there's a Duke statue where they all surf out front there, and I lived there for 6 months, and I think I went in the ocean once. The OJ trial was on.
Is that a common thing? Do you remember where you were during the OJ?
I was in Paradise.
Not the trial, but the chase.
Oh yeah,
the white Bronco chase. I remember where I was for that. I was fucking waiting to do a gig, and my dad was out on the West Coast visiting me on a Tribble gig, and we're going, "Wow, I hope this doesn't go through the gig because everyone's transfixed to this," and I think it did. So yeah, that's it. I think this is a fucking podcast, right? Yeah. Did you anything you got to catch me up on that you did?
No.
All right. I get some viewer mail, but I'll save that for the next podcast. Evidently, SoundCloud, they if I play music that we don't have the rights to, they can pull our podcast. So,
they're pro artists.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Fuck you. We have Mishka Shabali and we have the Mattoid. We have their permission. So flip a coin. Heads Mattoid. Anyone have a coin? Flip a credit card. How about that? Coins are...
I have a credit card holder.
Go ahead. Heads Mattoid, tails Mishka. All right. That's a podcast. Play heads. It's the Mattoid.
Hey dude, what you gonna do with the boiling harpoon in your hand? Hey dude, what you gonna do with the boiling harpoon in your hand? Gonna go and harpoon my lady. She's rubbing noses with another Eskimo man. Gonna go and harpoon my lady. She's rubbing noses with another Eskimo man. There I go. Hey dude, I guess you just harpooned your lady down. Hey dude, I guess you just harpooned your lady down. Yes, I harpooned her. I got her doing hanky-panky around the Eskimo town. Yes, I harpooned her. I got her doing hanky-panky around the Eskimo town. Here I go then. It's a good time to come, there's not that many mosquitoes around. Gonna wait till Ruska. It's a good time to go and there's not that many mosquitoes around. Then I'm gonna go to Finland. Gonna get myself a reindeer farm by the Volga River. Gonna go to Finland. Get myself a reindeer farm by the Volga River. Gonna get myself a whole herd of beautiful Finnish ladies, just making love all night long in the midnight sun. Whole herd of beautiful Finnish ladies, just making love all night long in the midnight sun. Down south in Finland, sun always shines and Eskimo people are having so much fun. Down south in Finland, sun always shines and Eskimo people are having so much fun. Down south